Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today I'm going to be making these little Christmas trees in these lovely little glass bottles. Now I've got pipe cleaner trees, and I've also got some little resin trees as well in there. Now you can get these little bottles anywhere. I'm sure you'll see them in your craft shops. I picked these up at a local shop, and I got 4 for €1, so I thought that was really good. And I think we got 6 of the little ones for €1, and I love them. So these are really simple, tiny little bit fiddly, but quite easy to do. So I'll show you how to make the pipe cleaner trees and also the little resin trees. So I'm going to do the bigger bottle because it's a little bit easier to see, and I just think they're really lovely. So I have a little bottle here. Now shall I give these a quick measure here? So I have got these, so the whole bottle from the little loop is just 2 and say 2¼ inches, or about 5½ centimeters. And then they are about 3/4 inch, or about 1¾ centimeters. So I just think they are really lovely. But the top is not huge. Shall I quickly measure that? What's that? ½ inch? About ½ inch, or what's that? 3/4 centimeter, roughly, something like that. So they're not huge. Now the first thing we're going to do is just fill the bottom up with a little bit of resin. Now I'm using my little UV lamp, which is just for nails. I have got my UV resin, which is this one. I do have all the things that I use in my Amazon storefront, so you can go over and have a look on there just to see what I use. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a little bit onto a piece of parchment like that. I'm going to add a little bit of my Arteza glitter. Now this is called Snow White, so I'm just going to have a little glittery bit on the bottom. I'm going to take one of my little toothpicks, mix that up, and then we need to try and get this into the bottle. Okay, so I'm just going to mix it up like that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little bit more, actually, just a little bit, just to make it a little bit more runny, like that. Then I'm just going to take a little bit. Now you want to stand your bottle, I know you probably can't see it too well, but you want to stand it up straight. Take a little bit on a cocktail stick, and then I'm just going to drop it straight in, just so it hits the bottom and it goes straight down to the bottom like that. Now you can get little pipette things that you suck up your resin and stuff. I don't have anything like that. So I'm just going to do it like this. I'm hoping you can, my hand's probably right in the way, but just take it and just drop it in, and then it doesn't touch the sides, because obviously the less you have on the sides the better. Oops. Drop that in like that. There we go. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to take excuse me, a little bit of my resin, get rid of that bubble, and then I'm going to squeeze it into the bottom, just like that. So it's easy peasy. So you can see there, it's all gone inside. I'm going to just take this, I'm going to go right in, be gentle, and then I'm just going to give it a little stir around like that, just so it mixes up. There we go. Leave that. Should I try and get all of this in? I should really, as I'm going to waste it, aren't I? Let's just drop that in. Just take your time doing it, then you won't have a big mess everywhere. So let's just take that and drop that in. Okay, there we are. Can you see there? I've got it all in the bottom. So I'm going to just pop that under my UV lamp here, just for a little while. pop that to the side because we don't need that anymore. Now I'm going to show you how I do the little Christmas trees. Now let's start with the resin one. Now I'm going to just take this is the sticky tape. This is from BB Crafts. And I've got it sticky side up. So when we mix up some resin, so what colour tree shall we have? Shall we have a, what should we have? Should we have a silver tree? Now I'm mixing up some UV resin with a little bit of my Arteza silver. So this is called Brilliant Silver, this one. Let's pop that out of the way a minute. Mix this up like this. So good time to get all your glitter out. I know lots of you don't like glitter because it makes a big mess, but I love glitter at Christmas. I like to have lots of shiny things. I'm a bit like a magpie at Christmas. So here we go. Now what I'm going to do, this is, where's our little bottle? Here we are, that's pretty good in there at the moment. So we need to sort of like measure it, because obviously this bit isn't very wide, so we need to get the Christmas tree bottom only just narrower than that, and it can't be very tall either. But we can, I do cut it down. These ones I cut down because it's still quite soft. Oops. Right, I'm going to go this way and I'm going to put a little line just up like that. So it's going to be a really thin little tree. And we're going to go to the side. So we're just making the base of the tree, or the little outline of it like this. Pop that up. So that goes like that. So we've got like a little shape. Nice little thin Christmas tree. Like that. I'm going to pop this underneath there for a second so that we can just dry that. But that looks good, doesn't it? Love it. So that's pretty dry in there, I would have thought now. And these are the little trees, look. Actually, maybe I'll show you how to make one of the resin trees, but I think I'm going to pop one of these in there because I think these are a little bit bigger and they look better in the bigger ones than the resin wine. So I'll show you how to make this first. So let's just pop that under there for a minute. And then I'm going to add a little bit more, so we're just building it up like this. Like that, just build up your little tree. You can do this with any shape, as long as you can just sort of like have this sort of like something that's non-stick that you can pop the resin onto. You don't necessarily have to have a mould. Oopsie daisy. Let's just pop that on there like that. Pop that underneath it again. Okay, right, well that's under there. I'm going to take a pipe cleaner. Now I've just got these little green ones, okay? So I'm going to just bend this over. So you need to do it about the length of, just so it doesn't come right to the top, like that. Just bend that over, like that, okay? We're not going to use all of this. And then I'm going to bend it around, just wrap it around like that. Oh my gosh, dip it in the resin. Turn it round and then we're going to go back down. So just wrap it round a couple of times like that. Okay, so that's your little Christmas tree. I know it doesn't really look much like a tree at the moment. I'm going to just chop that off. So this is what we end up with. Okay, just a little twisted piece of the pipe cleaner. I'm going to just squeeze that because it's got a little sharp bit there. Okay, and then I'm going to put all this to the side because we don't want the big mess. I'm going to take a piece of paper because I'm going to trim our little tree. So this is going to be the base and this is the top. So all I'm going to do is chop this down. Now again, you can make these as big as you like. I just want to chop this down just so this looks a little bit more pointy at the top, so it looks a bit more tree shaped, like this. Put my lamp back on again. Okay, does that look a bit more tree shaped? See, look, then you get that little pointy bit at the top. See, that looks really cute, doesn't it? Now this is a little bit sharp there, so it should bend that over. So there is our little Christmas tree. Doesn't that look cute? So it's just a little bit bigger at the top, at the bottom. Make sure you do it on paper because you've got resin, this stuff goes everywhere. So it's probably better to do it after. Now you've got to make sure that that goes in there like that. Don't make a tree that's too big, and then that just sits inside. So that's the one we'll pop inside, but I'm just show you how to make the resin tree first. Okay, so that's sort of our tree. I'm going to just peel it off like that. I'm going to turn it over, okay? And then I'm going to get the rest of my resin and do the back, and this will give it a bit of dimension on there, so it's not flat on one side and round on the other. So that goes in there like that. Okay, perfect. Again, you can make it out of green glitter or gold glitter, whatever colour glitter you like, but that's going to go back in there again like that. So let's get our tree back out again. Now I'm going to take this, so that will just sit inside. I might need a little bit more resin in there actually. Let me hold on to this, push him in, because I'm going to just pop another little layer of resin on there. And pop that in just so it's a little bit higher. So I'm just going to squeeze this in like that, just so we don't touch the outside of it. Okay, I'm going to pop a little bit of glitter in there, so just keep sort of like building it up. I'm going to just need to add a little bit more of this and a little bit more glitter. We like glitter. Pop this on here like, there we are. So I'm going to take this, and then again I'm just going to plop it in, hold it above and plop it in, and then again I'm going to stick this right in. So if you can see, look, just going to mix it around a little bit, if you can see, round like that. Pull it out gently so you don't touch the side. So I'm going to pop that back in here under there, put that to the side. So that's pretty dry. Oh, don't need to take that off. So this is sort of our Christmas tree. Now I think that's a bit wide. Let's see, the top of these ones, see, look, that's too wide. So while it's still just a little bit soft, you can cut these down so you can make them and then shape them like this. Oops, still just a little bit big. You can't push that in, it's still too big. Just chop it down a little bit. And then there we go, that fits in there lovely. Can you see? So that's a nice tall sort of Christmas tree, very thin Christmas tree. And then what I did to put the little star on the top, I've got these little stars. Now I've had these for a long time. Can you see all the dust? They've been sat on my shelf for ages and, well, years I think. So what shall we have? Shall we have a little gold one? Take a little gold star, So all these little things come in handy one day, don't they, when you've got them. So I'm going to stick that back on there. I'm going to take a little bit of the silver, pop that on top, just like that. Take our little silver star and just pop it on top, like that. And then we just pop this under our lamp and it's ready to go. Take this one out because that's all dry in there, which is lovely. You can see it's all sparkly and pretty. So let's take our tree, make sure this is going to go in. I'm going to pop some tiny bit of resin to stick this on. This is the fiddly bit. This gets a tiddly bit fiddly. So again, just a tiny bit on here, just to hold our tree in place. I'm going to put the star on the tree when I've actually put it in. So we need to hold on to it. We get your little tweezers, push your tree in, and then stick it onto that resin. And then what you want to do is put all of your hands and the thing under the lamp. Now my lamp's just gone off there. Okay, so hold that tight on there and pop it under your lamp. Do apologise for a minute, but I have got it under the lamp and I'm just holding it just to set it. Now let's just see. Can you see? It doesn't take any time at all. You can just hold that. Can you see it under there? Just hold it under the light just for a minute, just till it hardens. And you can see there, that's hardened nicely. Leave it longer than that. But that's just quick. Look at our little... See, look at our little thin Christmas tree. Doesn't that look cute? And then that just sits in our little jar like that. I'll cut that down a little bit more because it's a little bit too big. So maybe we'll do that one in a minute if we got time. So that's our little tree in there. And I really do think it looks like a Christmas tree in there, doesn't it? Because I can't get Christmas trees this small anyway from the shops. So I'm going to take a little bit of this, a little bit of this. I'm going to take a star and just stick it on the top of the tray. But again, we need some resin. So I'm going to take a little bit. I'm going to take another little cocktail stick and just pop a little bit of resin on the top of your tree. Okay. Take your little star, turn my lamp on so I can do it, and then you need to hold this again. Let's move this out of the way. Hold this on top of your tree under your lamp like that, and then it will set your little star on top of your tree. Hold it. You can glue it on if you want to. It's entirely up to you. But look at that, it takes seconds to just hold that on. So I'm hoping you can see that. That's your little tree, your little star on the tree. And that's it. Again, you can decorate the tree if you're feeling, if you've got some little tweezers, you could pop little bits of glitter or something on the tree. I did do this one with glitter, but I did make a bit of a mess around the little glass bottle. Because it's not easy, but I think it looks just as nice without the glitter on as well. And then you pop your little cork in there, and what I did, I've just took a little bit of clear resin, just blop it around here like that, and then stick it into your bottle so you know that that is not going to go anywhere. And put that whole thing again under your lamp. Give that a sort of like good couple of minutes just to make sure it's set completely. Okay, shall we give it a go on this one? Shall we pop our little tree in here? Now these are a little bit more fiddly. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop a little bit of resin in the bottom. just a little bit of clear resin. And I've got some glittery one here, haven't I? Let's just add a little bit of the clear glitter. A little bit, oops. Puff the glitter everywhere. Mix this up. Like that. And again, hold this and just hold it above and blop it in. Like that. Make sure this is on a flat surface. And just plop that in there. All the little leftovers you can make like little bees. Now I'm going to just take that and just give it a tiny little stir. Can you see? Take that out gently. Now I'm going to pop that under there just to set for 2 minutes. I'm going to cut this down just, I would say, probably there. Oops. So that's our little tree. Take this out. I'm going to take this, hold it by the star. I'm going to dip this into some of this resin which we used, like that. So it's just a glue really, isn't it? Pop that in there and stick that down, and again just go under your lamp. Now I'm going to have to take this out because my lamp's gone off. Take this, pop that inside, and then put your hands under. Oh, I just pulled the star off. That wasn't very clever, was it? Let's just take that out for a minute. Turn that on. Let's pop our star back on. See, it's a little bit fiddly. Little bit fiddly, this one. Let's pop a little bit on there. Take our little star. Pop that on. And we pop you under the lamp. This one's done. That one's really hard now. Look at that. And then that is not going to go anywhere. So these are, I just think they're lovely. Now again, I'll probably give these away for Christmas, and you could even hang them on your Christmas tree, couldn't you? I'll be sending these to my daughter, I think, to hang on her tree. And I just think they are gorgeous. Little one with a little red star on there. Love them. Absolutely love them. So let's see. Let's see if that is stuck. Is that stuck? That's pretty good. Now I've got a little bit of resin on here, which is we don't want. Pop that to the side. Let's make sure our lamp is on. A little bit of resin on the bottom as a bit of glue. Take our little, hold it like that, and then I'm going to just pop that in and hold that down. I'm at the wrong angle there. And then I'm going to go under my lamp just for a couple of minutes, just for a little bit, just to hold that. I can't show you because it's under the lamp, but can you see it just holds it tight like that? Then I'm just going to leave that under there just for a second, just to hold it, and then we've got our little cork here as well. So we will use, what shall we use? We better use a little bit of clear. I think this is a little bit of clear again for the cork. Quite enough on there, is it? Don't really want to use the glittery bit on the top. See that flick up? Now I haven't got any of this on my hands, what I just did then, but please do this in a vented room with your window open. My window's open, that's why it's really cold in here. Take this, pop that in there like that. And if you think you're allergic to this, you must wear gloves, but I can't. I find it really difficult to work in gloves, but So there we go, guys. That is another little one. So that's how you would do the little Christmas trees. I think they look quite nice, little Christmas trees. You know what they are. They're not the perfect tree, but you would know that it was a little Christmas tree with a star on it, wouldn't you? And I just love them. So I will do a little close-up at the end. So that's how they are. Let me do it. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're good for time. So there we go, guys. That's our lovely little Christmas trees in bottles, and there's our lovely little pipe cleaner ones as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I just think these would look perfect hanging off my journal. So I will show you when I've done my journal with our new papers, which should be in the shop tonight, I do believe. And I am loving them. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Please stay safe, take care, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye bye.